All right, grief counselors are on hand at a high school in Acton that is just south of Palmdale, where a student committed suicide on campus yesterday.
The bullying needs to be stopped. They tell the kids, words shouldn't hurt them, but as time goes on, it does, and it just builds up.
Say that rhyme about sticks and stones, as if broken bones hurt more than the names we got called, and we got called them all. So we grew up believing no one would ever fall in love with us.
The bullies now are still walking around. They get to wake up tomorrow and go to school and see all their friends, but my son will not be given a second chance, no matter how much I have prayed.
He tried to kill himself in grade 10 when a kid who could still go home to mom and dad had the audacity to tell him, get over it. As if depression is something that could be remedied by any of the contents found in a first aid kit. To this day, he has a stick of TNT lit from both ends, could describe to in detail the way the sky bends in a moment before it's about to fall. And despite an army of friends who all call him an inspiration, he remains a conversation piece between people who can't understand. Sometimes being drug-free has less to do with addiction and more to do with sanity.
I cannot turn back the clock. I would have given my own life to turn back the minute we seen him.
Look at this. Wow, that's crazy.
Despite a loving husband, she doesn't think she's beautiful because of a birthmark that takes up a little less than half her face. Kids used to say she looks like a wrong answer that someone tried to erase but couldn't quite get the job done. And they'll never understand that she's raising two kids whose definition of beauty begins with the word mom. Because they see her heart before they see her skin, because she'll never always been amazing. We weren't the only kids who grew up this way. To this day, kids are still being called names. The classics were, hey stupid, hey spaz. Seems like every school has an arsenal of names getting updated every year. And if a kid breaks into school and no one around chooses to hear it, they make a sound. They're just background noise from a soundtrack stuck on repeat when people say things like, kids can be cruel. But I want to tell them that all of this is just debris left over when we finally decide to smash all the things we thought we used to be. And if you can't see anything beautiful about yourself, get a better mirror. Look a little closer, stare a little longer, because there's something inside you that made you keep trying despite everyone who told you to quit. You built a cast around your broken heart and signed it yourself. You signed it, they were wrong. Because maybe you didn't belong to a group or a clique. Maybe they decided to pick you last for basketball or everything. Maybe you used to bring bruises and broken teeth to show and tell but never told. Because how can you hold your ground if everyone around you wants to bury you beneath it? You have to believe that they were wrong.
Ways to confront bullying can be by telling your parents, telling someone at the office at your local school, instead of resorting to violence.
Bullying is easily avoidable, but we can't really confront it. More rather, we can address it as a society.
And although it seems hopeless, there's always help around you to help you.
Suicide doesn't end the chances of it ever getting worse. It ends the chances of it ever getting better. It gets better.
Gets better.
It gets better.